In LifeSize, what we believe is that wherever there's voice, there should be video. And that's really the heart of our organization. Because what we started doing are endpoints which we know is going to benefit a lot of our business partners and customers. Right. From the endpoints onwards, we understand that there's a lot of people who will not be able to utilize them for video communications simply because they might be not within the reach of those particular fixed equipments. Right. What we then do is that we launch into this particular area of mobility, and with the help of cloud, we've gone into more cloud-based solution to ensure that, again, wherever there's voice, right, you'll be able to do video communications. And in this case, what we meant is that from a mobility perspective, you'll be able to do video communications wherever you're using your Macs, your PCs, wherever you have your iPads, wherever you have your iPhones or tablets. In fact, we've come up with this technology called ClearSea, where the whole purpose of ClearSea is to be able to ensure you have mobility. We also have this concept. Well, we also have this particular concept called LifeSize Connections, where it utilizes the cloud infrastructure, which currently is ramping up to be a big technology right now. We want to leverage on this particular technology and ensure that anyone will be able to do the video communications, right, easily without any particular infrastructure. Right. All you need to do is basically on a video communications as a service perspective. The introductions of this kind of smartphones, and there's so many different versions of Androids, right? Phones around, there's always a bit of a challenge. What we've done is that we've created this particular technology called ClearSea, and we've made sure that this particular ClearSea technology supports not just the 2 or 4 very safe smartphones devices. We've ensured that it supports 30 or 40 plus mobile devices, just to ensure that we have coverage, just to ensure that when we introduce it to organizations will be able to easily allow the employees to use it, irrespective of whichever particular smartphones that they have or which particular brand, because we support, remember, up about 40 plus models. Right? And what we've done is that with our ClearSea technology, we've ensured that behind this particular communication, the underlying technology, the underlying infrastructure, right, is all set up in place so that there was not going to be any obstacle, what we call firewall issues. Right? That if you want to have more than a point-to-point communications, right, and MCU, we provide that as well. Right. So it just makes it easier for you to have that kind of communication whenever you want to, with however many people you want, right, up to a certain limit, of course, right. But it just makes it so much better, right. Even though you're using a limited functionality like a smartphone, right, we still allow that. And even if you want to do a presentation, for example, right, you can still do so as well, because we know that with video communication, right, presentations is rather important. So that's all part of this particular package, part of this particular technology called. To comment on our competitors, but what I do want to say is that it shouldn't really matter what kind of devices you use, right? We do obviously have limitations in terms of not being able to support all the different types of Androids, right? But we want to be able to support as many as possible and want to invest in the R&D to support more devices as well, right? But the underlying key though to video communications, especially when it comes to mobility, is that the solution that we offer has to be interoperable, right? Meaning to say that it has to follow standards. And this is not just standards of LifeSize, this is the universal standards that is out there. Right, like H323, for example. And when it comes to video standards, right, we ensure that ELSE follows the universal standards, right, such as that it has to follow the H261, 263, 263 plus 264. Right, and audio as well, it will have to conform to those particular standards. And what that means is that if let's say you have devices, right, that also follow these particular standards, then it will be interoperable with us. Comparisons between different countries and India, right, especially during these kind of turbulent times, what my opinion on that is that in India, the fact that we have now more technologies coming in, right, and we now have a lot more people that is ramping out with good technical backgrounds, great engineers, right, we have a lot of them around India. It just makes it so easy, susceptible, right, to brand new technologies. So other countries might not be able to accept it that well, right, because they might not have the local resources. But in India, we're now beginning to find that people are so technical, so IT inclined, that they'll be able to embrace this much better. And they are also being able to appreciate the value, the return of value, whenever you are able to offer this kind of technology in a wireless format, right, in a mobile format, right, in a virtualized format as well. The fact that now we have in LifeSize, a lot of the technologies can be in VMware, right, for example, right, rather than in traditional boxes, right. It's easier to communicate that to the end users that, well, look at this particular technology. Traditionally, you have to buy this box with this fixed capacity. Now we can give it to you in a VMware, in a file, right? And it still contains all the technologies, but better still, it's now being able to tailor it to your needs. Other countries might not be able to appreciate it as well, but in India, the fact that there's so many people with that kind of IT knowledge, and the fact that people can understand the techie speak, so to speak, right, they're able to understand that, and they'll be able to appreciate what people like LifeSize are able to do for them.